Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, 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 what's going on, beautiful people? Happy Friday to you all. I hope that you're having an amazing day thus far. I know I am, and I know Dr. V is also, and we'll share with you why in a moment. But go ahead and let us know where you are watching from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let us know where in the virtual building you are watching us from today, this evening, this morning, depending on where you are in the world. Let us know who is here. Go ahead and comment. And we are going to go ahead and get started with our video for the day. But Dr. V, how you doing?
Listen, girl, I need a shot. Okay?
Hello. Me too.
I
Let's
need
go.
a shot. Okay?
Hello. I'm ready for this shot, honey. See, you already got
Come
yours
on.
in the, listen,
In the
you
cup.
too ready.
In the cap,
In the cup
girl.
already.
Listen, I'm
Come
real
on. Here
ready.
goes that
You show the
valet
bottle,
for
I'll
you.
show the cap. Come on now. Come on. Come on.
Come on
Yes.
here, Black Cap. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes, this goodness right here. All right, all right. So, are you ready to toast, Dr. V?
Let's toast. What are we toasting to?
We are toasting to all things grand, all things legacy, all things purpose, all things wealth, all things abundance, all things health. We are toasting to the Tava Takeover. Lego.
Let go.
Mm, mm, mm,
Ain't nothing
mm,
like it.
mm.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm trying to
Oh my.
savor.
Listen. You gotta wait a minute.
Yeah, literally let
Mm.
it sink in. Like,
Okay.
get all of the juices.
All of
Tasting the
them.
pomegranate, the dark
Come
cherries,
on. Come
all of it.
on. Yes, yes,
Like, for
yes.
real, for real.
Listen, I'm telling you, and I needed it today because last night was baby Brooklyn's first night home.
Oh,
Yes,
yay!
yes, yes. So I
Awesome,
literally,
awesome.
I had a shift last night. So me and Papa, Big Mama
Mm,
and Papa had a shift, right? And so
okay.
we fed her. I guess it was about 2:30 or so. So I had her. I was feeding her, and then I let him feed her, and so we had the baby for a while. And so we were up, and it's been a long time since we've been up in the middle of the night with a baby. So this was
Right.
amazing. Yes, it was amazing. So
Oh,
I needed that shot, girl, because I needed some extra energy.
right.
Extra.
All right, y'all. Come on, extra energy. Extra energy. I
Yes.
got you. So listen, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a forex trader and investor. And I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer, and my faith is exuded in all that I do. So welcome, everyone. I have the great honor and privilege to have this dynamic crown diamond beside me this day. And for those of you that don't know who she is none other than Dr. Veronica Walters, also known as Dr. V. She is the founder of the Way Academy for entrepreneurship. She is a serial entrepreneur, a college professor. She is also a wife, a mother, and a mama big mama rather, mama, big
Yes.
mama, to
Yes.
some beautiful grandchildren that we will hear about today. And so without further ado, the glamazon herself, pageant queen ×3, Dr. V, how you doing?
Listen, I am so incredibly and amazingly blessed. You know, Sharita, I was talking to my son today and I was telling him, oh my God, I am so loving our family and loving our life. And literally today is my first grandson's birthday. We just had Brooklyn
Aww.
born on Tuesday. And then we had Joseph, who was born in June. So this has been my summer of the grands, and it is a grand summer at that.
Aww. That is awesome. Well, happy birthday to TJ. And we're so
Yes.
grateful to have baby Brooklyn in the house.
Hey.
And so we
Yes.
are so excited. And hello, Mr. Willie Shelton. Thank you for tuning in. So listen, we want to come on here today to really talk to you about not just the title of Takeover, because that's what it is, but talk about legacy. And I know, Dr. V,
Yes.
with you just being able to literally watch, being the birthing process with your daughter as baby Brooklyn made her entrance into the world, I know that you have been very emotional and excited about that, and really having that much more vigor and tenacity to really fulfill your plan on creating a legacy and inheritance. And I want you to talk about that really quickly, the importance of legacy and why we do what we do, especially coming from you.
Well, Sharita, you're absolutely correct. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I've been very emotional with her birth, and it really is the reminder of our desire for immortality, right? We want to see ourselves continued on in the world. And I looked at baby Brooklyn, and she looked so much like me and her mom and two of my other sons. Like I realized my genes are very strong. And for me, the whole notion of legacy is building something that my grandchildren and my grandchildren's children can build upon, right? Not live off of, but build upon something that gives them a foundation to spring from, which I did not have. I didn't have that. There was none of that there for me. There was no inheritance. There was no money. There was none of that. There wasn't a grand vision that had been laid out that I was able to continue. And so my heart's desire is to do that for my family, is to create that grand vision, right? Something that they can carry on in perpetuity. In
Come on.
perpetuity, okay? That's on and on and on and on and on forever and ever. And so I did that with the school, the Walters Academy for Entrepreneurship, a place where we could teach children 6th through 12th grade entrepreneurship. I did that for my children. I didn't do that so much for other people's children as I did it for mine. I wanted to create a place where my kids, the entrepreneur in them, could be not just encouraged, but embraced and fortified and built up. So the things that we talk about as adult entrepreneurs, I talk about with these kids. And then other people come in and talk to them about mindset, legacy, financial security, foundation. All of those things are things that we talk about. But now, as I was watching Brooklyn be born, I was reminded of how difficult it is to birth something great.
It's good.
Everybody wants to birth something great, but nobody wants to go through the labor pains. No one wants to have the dilation and the thinning of the cervix, and don't want to have to push, don't want any tearing, don't want to have to be cut, don't want to have to get stitches. Like, we don't want those things, but those things are necessary parts of the birthing process. And so my daughter was pushing, and you could tell the difference in her push. And I even had to reposition myself. So this is a lesson that I haven't shared this. The God really just literally brought this to my remembrance. So the nurse and I both have one leg, right? We're both supporting her by pushing her leg forward so that she can push effectively to push the baby out, right? And this is the hardest part, because it's the head. The head is the biggest thing. And once you get the head through, it's easy peasy after that. So the nurse had her leg on her hip, right? And I was pushing my daughter's leg with my hand. And I said, well, do you want me to put your leg on my hip? Because I'm looking at what the nurse is doing. And I'm thinking she's a nurse, so what she's doing must be more effective than what I'm doing. Okay. So I said, well, do you want me to put it on your leg on my hip? And my daughter was like, well, I don't know, whatever. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to put your leg on my hip, because I was watching what the nurse did. That was the least effective push she had. Because I was looking at someone else trying to do what they did, thinking it was going to be more effective than what I was doing, right? So then when I realized that push wasn't fruitful, we didn't make any more progress in the delivery, I went back to pushing the way I originally was pushing her leg. Her push got more fruitful. She began to push the baby's head out. We're making progress now. And see, sometimes we despise the small progress. Every single push, where it was an effective push, helped to stretch for the baby's head to be able to come through. It didn't seem like it at first. You look at a baby's head, that baby's head is 13 and a half inches. That's a lot of head. So listen, she's trying to push the baby's head through. I'm like, okay, all right. But every little push made progress. Mm-hmm. And as I was watching her do it, and I was watching, them, open her up so the baby's head could come through. And I'm not trying to be graphic, but I really want you guys to understand this. If you've never been in a delivery room, if you've never watched a baby be born, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal experiences of life, because you learn so much about life in that moment, in that instance, during that time period. It is the closest a woman ever gets to death without dying, right? It's giving birth, because literally you can die in labor, in delivering, right? So the baby's head is crowning. I see a head full of hair and I've got hope. Oh my God, the baby's almost here. I see the head. I see the hair. Oh my God, she's got a head full of hair and I'm excited, right? And I'm like, push. I'm like, hold it. Just hold it. Just hold it right there. Hold it right there. Hold it. My daughter's pushing. She's holding. And then she takes a breath. Okay, but just for a second, right? Because you don't have long. Because you still got to maximize that one contraction and get 3 pushes in. 3 pushes of about 10 seconds. Now, listen. Come on. So she's pushing and finally the baby's head comes through. My daughter immediately bawls because she just broke through. Now, as Big Mama, and I'm in there, and this is the moment I'm looking at my baby that I pushed from my womb. And I'm watching her as she has just pushed her daughter from her womb. And it's 3 generations of us. And all I know is I look at baby Brooklyn and I'm like, your life is going to be so amazing. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that that is so. And that's why I go so hard, because I didn't have that foundation. I was the first one to go to college. I was the first one to do this. I was the first one to do that. I want those children, my grands and my great grands, to have a solid foundation that allows them to build in perpetuity, so that generation after generation will say our names, Yeah. Brooklyn, the daughter of Micah, the daughter of Veronica. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, listen. I'm telling you, you got to get that lineage together. And so that's why it was so important for me. And you're right, Sharita, it made me very emotional. And that's why I was in the hospital doing your presentation, out in a foyer with my mask on, without having the slides, but having the products.
Come on. And that's exactly why I appreciate and respect you so much, because literally there are no excuses. Dr. V literally had a responsibility of doing the presentation that day. It didn't matter to her that she literally had just helped her daughter give birth the day before. It didn't matter that she was in a hospital and she had to have a mask on. It didn't matter that she didn't have a computer with slides or any of that, where she literally did the presentation, mask on it all, and had the products with her. Here she's in the hospital and had the products with her. That goes to show how serious she is about changing her life, and not just her life, but creating a legacy for her children's children. That is a real thing. Many of us read that in the scriptures, but we don't do what it takes to create that. And it's simply because a lot of us are not knowledgeable. We don't know. We haven't seen it.
Right.
We have not been a part of legacy. We haven't been a part of, people inherit debt. Right? They're not set forward. And so this is why we have to make it our business to inform ourselves, educate ourselves, and do something entirely different, so that way we can pass on generational wealth. One of the key things I remember when I first started working with Mr. Les Brown and even his son, John Leslie, is that they were sharing the story of the 100-year plan. And they were saying how Mr. Brown was at having dinner, I believe it was. I can't remember if it was Bill Gates. I think it was Bill Gates. One of them. I don't know, somebody. But they were sharing with them. They were taking them on a journey in their home and sharing with them the 100-year plan. I said, 100-year plan.
Yes.
Most of us don't have a plan for tomorrow. we don't have a will, we don't have anything, let alone to plan for 100 years.
Right.
And so this is where we have to become conscious of what can actually be passed down, so that way we are letting our children grow before they even know us, that we've set them up. They have their parents have make sure their credit is on tap for their children, not you
Right.
using your child's name because the electricity bill or the cable bill, and now
Come
that
on.
credit is jacked up before they even get a chance
Right.
to be 18.
Right.
That's not what we need to do. We need to propel
Right.
our children forward, so that when they do see, because I'm going to have a portrait of me on my children and children, they're going to walk down that hall. And because we're
Yes.
creating a new culture, we're creating
Right.
a new normal. We're letting our children know, okay, no, Isabel, you're not going to, no, this is not how, I didn't have it like this, so, but you are going to. And so
Right.
now they know it's normal to have legacy, to have a hall of legacy, to be able to know, okay, this is what Sharita did, this is what Isabel did, this is what, and it goes
Yes.
on and on and on. My son and all,
Yes.
literally. And that is why we are so gun-ho about what we do, and that we're so resilient and tenacious and bold about it and make absolutely no excuses, because we understand what we're working towards, and it's not just about us. It's far greater than who we are. This is the vision of the BAM bosses, to literally not, when we say we're the billionaire millionaires movement, well, why does it even matter the numbers? Because we know that in us creating the wealth, we're able to help other people. Yes, our bloodline, but then there are also
Right.
people that are connected to us that we have yet to meet. Today we were doing our team affirmation, and Dr. V led us into a visualization for a moment. And as she was asking us to see our why, to see our vision, our purpose, I saw
Yes.
myself literally walking, and I was coming from speaking on the stage. And then there was a woman who came to me, and she was telling me her story, and she was telling me how she had just gotten kicked out and she was pregnant and she didn't know what to do. And then she saw my story and she was able to run it. And that same month was able to hit a rank, and I changed her life. That's how that quick. It was like
Yes.
30 seconds.
Yes.
But do y'all see how
Yes.
specific I was in seeing my vision? How I
Yes.
heard the girl's story, how I was able, literally that's what it takes to get you to where you need to go. There are
Yes.
people that are going to hear our story, hear my story, and they're going to get the renewed strength and the ability to know that it is possible for their lives
Yes.
to be changed.
Yes.
And this is why we do what we do. This is why we partner with a vehicle called Dava, because you could pass that down. You could pass down an actual business. You can actually create residual income for your children's children. This is why we do it. And we come on here as consistently as we do, because we need to sow those seeds of consciousness to you, to help you elevate your thinking, so that way you're not just so content with where you are. There is so
Right.
much more to life, and life after you. And if you're not taking the
Yes.
stride today to make the difference, then when will you? At what point do you say, you know what, I'm not content with just watching TV or scrolling and watching somebody fight or dance or cook or whatever, but when are you going to literally sit tuned to people that are teaching you and educating you and showing you how literally this industry is there for you, for the average person to create a multi-million-dollar empire? Like, you gotta really
Yes.
think and be able
And
to
Sharita,
really see what's happening.
and this is the other thing, not just a legacy of wealth, but a legacy of health.
Absolutely.
When I think about the African American community, and I think about my family, I'm just going to talk about my family for a minute. Maybe you guys can relate to this, but when I think about my family, when you go to the doctor, they say, okay, tell me your family history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to put down who has high blood pressure, who has diabetes, or the sugar, as we call it in the Black community, right? What other illnesses run in the family? Heart disease, high cholesterol, all of those things. Listen, Sharita, let me tell you something. I want my children and my children's children to be able to benefit from the power of these products, so that they can engage in preventive measures and not end up having to do a lot of prescription medicines. I'm not making any medical claims. These are no medical claims. I'm not making any medical claims. But what I'm telling you is there are some things that we know about our bodies, We know that our bodies need to be fortified. We know that our bodies need to be detoxed. And we know that we need energy and our metabolism. And this is the other thing. For a lot of us, our children are labeled as ADHD, right? Which means that, they have trouble focusing. Imagine when you can help that child have the nutrients in their system so that their body functions the way it's supposed to, so they can maximize on all of that energy. I would never tell someone to medicate their child because they were diagnosed with ADHD. Like, you have to make that decision. I encourage people to try natural routes, change diet, things like that. But let me tell you why. When you look at the millionaires and billionaires and extremely successful people, 9 out of 10 of them could have been, would have been, or have been diagnosed as having ADHD. ADHD is really an entrepreneurial mindset, because your mind is always racing. Your mind is always going. You're doing something. You're here. You're there. You can't sit still. You can't be still, because you're always working, going, moving, doing. And so our traditional education system simply is not set up for that. Our education system is set up for sit down, be quiet, and listen to the expert. But the reality is that those people are the real movers and shakers, already consider themselves experts. I may not know everything, but I'm an expert on something, right? And they're the ones that go in with boss ideas and mentalities. Every one of my grandchildren are going to know that they are bosses out the gate. They're going to have businesses even as children, okay? I told my son, today's TJ, my first grandson's birthday, and I had the privilege of being able to be at the hospital when he was born. And to see him growing into the young man that he is. He's now just turned 9 years old. Okay. TJ just turned 9. And I told my son, I said, well, what does he need? What does he want for his birthday? And he was saying, well, some clothes, he's growing. He hit a growth spurt. And I said, wait a minute. I got a whole heat press system. I'm about to make my baby some custom shirts and athletic shorts. Right? He's going to, when he goes to the park, he's going to have on his TJ Juice Man shirts and shorts. Right? And then I was talking, I was like, he needs a whole business. He needs a whole Juice Man line. I just saw it that quick. A Juice Man line for the athletically inclined boy, right? The athletically inclined. Listen, I can see his logo with his dreads, like all of that. I see it. Juice Man on shirts, on shorts, on cups, on inspirational material. Y'all, literally, my baby is going to have a line and a business that will allow him to generate wealth and money so he can buy whatever it is that he wants to purchase. That's the mindset that and he's going to be able to tap into the health. Listen, I said, I'm finna send my baby some Valet 30. I'm sending him some Valet 30 so that he can make sure that he's getting the nutrients that he needs from A to zinc, that he's getting plenty of vitamin D, that he's got the glucosamine that's going to help his joints as his dad is working him out, and he's got to make those quick cuts and stuff so that he doesn't have injuries to his ligaments and stuff. Like, I just want to make sure that he's getting the nutrients in his body that his body's going to need to perform at a high level. That's what we got to do. That's legacy. Not just legacy in terms of money, because you see these kids that they have money. Their parents have given them money. They bought them cars. They've done all of those things, but they have no work ethic. You know, they're not willing to do anything for anything. Their mouth is slick and smart. Now, my grandson's mouth is slick and smart. Slick and smart, kind of to be expected. I don't know where he would get it from, but kind of to be expected. But when Big Mama comes, he what you say? I know you didn't. And people would think that I just would spoil them, but I don't, because I know what life is like, and so I know that there are things that they need to learn now. And, they got their parents absolutely to instill those core values, but Big Mama is a reinforcement. That's why Big Mama. They'll be like, Big Mama said. That's right. Big Mama said it. Get your life together. So we were able to do that. And even in the midst of everything that happened with the pandemic, I was able to have a day where I worked with them on their homework. I was able to spend time helping them with their homework, which is something I normally wouldn't be able to do. But it just opened up the door for that because I want to be an educational voice in their life. At the end of the day, Sharita, we've got to leave them not just the legacy of wealth, but the legacy of good health so that some of those generational curses stop with us and we can engage in
Absolutely.
healthy habits to create a different lifestyle because it's what? Health, lifestyle, wealth,
Well,
and
and
Tava.
Tava, come on.
Yes,
And
yes.
so let's get into Tava. Let's get into what this vehicle is, why it is such a game changer and a life changer for so many of us. And so we're going to get into that. And so I want to share with you what Tava is and why literally it's changing our life. So Tava, for those of you that do not know, literally means ark in Hebrew. And the reason why that's important to me is because it shows that we are part of an opportunity that really wants to save and bring us to a better way of living. Tava pre-launched October of last year. Yes, we are only 9 months young. And with that, we have been able to do some phenomenal things. I mean, tens of thousands of distributors. We have done millions of dollars in sales. In addition to that, in our 6th month of being in business, we were rated the top 33rd fastest growing company out of the top 500 in the entire world in the direct sales industry. And we have been changing lives ever since. And so before I was presented with this opportunity, I literally said that I was never doing no marketing again. And I really meant it. I meant it. I believed it. And there are many people that try to come recruit me for different things. And I said, absolutely not. But I can boldly say that I'm so grateful that I was able to say yes to Tava because it truly has been a game changer and a life changer for me. And you will see shortly why. So, we've already talked to you about what matters: healthier lifestyle, time with your loved ones, financial security, legacy. So let's talk about briefly the mission of Tava. Tava's mission is to provide a safe and fair environment for people to use their exercise, for people to exercise their gifts and talents to be able to create a better lifestyle for themselves and their families. That's why we do it. Better life for us, our families, legacy, right? And so here is our founder, none other than Mr. Kenny E. Lloyd, the giant himself, a gentleman who has been in this industry for well over a decade. He has had success after success as the VP of sales for his former company. He helped that company grow by 500% in its very first year. He was responsible for bringing that company to North America. In fact, many people know of this company. You might have tried their products or maybe been in the company and you know about it today because of him. Now, in addition to that, he helped create over 14 millionaires in that other company. Amazing. He and his beautiful wife, Miss Shantae, brought home over $30 million in personal revenue over there. So that goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, we are partnered with someone who clearly is not a novice, someone who knows what he's doing. More importantly, he created this company because he was led by God to do so. He called Tava the Ark because he knew there were many people like myself who were bruised and broken by this industry, who said we'd never do it again. But we knew inside that there was a dream in us to move into this industry of network marketing. We knew we deserved to be on big stages and creating wealth through this industry. And so he was led to create this opportunity. Now, listen, if he was able to do all of that for a company that did not belong to him, what do you think is going to happen now? I mean, I'm telling you this. Tava is historic in that we will be the first African American owned and operated, Black owned and operated company in the direct sales industry. And you have an opportunity to be at the forefront of that dynamic movement. Here at Tava, our CEOs truly care about us, truly care for us to use our gifts and talents as the mission stated. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about one of our partnerships that I truly am grateful for, because listen, I've been a part of startup companies. We launch and then it's like, whoa, what just happened? We didn't get products, we didn't get paid. Like, what in the world, right? And so that may be a question that you might have. Like, okay, Sharita, I know that it's, no marketer's dream to be at the beginning of a company, ground floor. That all sounds good, but do they have the capital to sustain it? Are they able to ship on time? What is their merchant account status? And all those are viable questions, right? But because we have a partnership with the Core Enterprises, which is a multi-billion-dollar entity, they take care of all of our infrastructure, our shipping, our merchant accounts. Because of that, we have no issues with any of that. Here in the US, you can expect to receive your order within 72 business hours of it being placed and confirmed. Our merchant accounts are solid. We get paid every Friday, like today, which I'm super excited about. And so we get paid every Friday on time. And literally, this has been the case since day one. And so you don't have any of those concerns because of our partnership with the Core. In addition to that, we're only 9 months young, but we function and look like a company that has been around for well over a decade. And that's also because of our partnership with the Core Enterprises. So let's get into these dynamic products. I'm going to bring back Dr. V, who's going to go ahead and share with you all our dynamic products here in Tava. Go ahead, Dr. V.
Yes, we have amazing and incredible products. Now, listen, I have to tell you guys that when I talked about building a legacy of health, that's huge for me because of the health challenges that run in my family. But these products are so incredible. So let's start and let's talk about our Kai Detox Tea. Our Kai Detox Tea, and yes, I had it with me in the hospital. I absolutely did, because you never know who might, you need to give a little sample to, right? But our Kai Detox Tea detoxes your body. It is amazing that you can simply use one sachet. Listen, literally one sachet, one small pack. Y'all see them right there. I'm like, do I have a bag that's open, right? I've done so much. Hold on, let me open this bag so you can see. Because I can't keep it. I can't keep them in, right? So you use one sachet, and that one sachet in 10 to 12 ounces of water. You put it in, you shake it up, you drink it, and you have movement in 3 to 6 hours, right? One sachet. And it detoxes your body, detoxes your liver and your kidneys and all of that good stuff if you're someone who is not regular. The testimony that people give who are not regular, because I was not regular before Kai Detox Tea, is that, you feel bloated and frustrated. And I had a lot of bloating. My stomach would be extremely bloated, high at the top. And I would carry a lot of that bloating. But with one sachet of Kai Detox Tea, it allows me to eliminate that waste, not just the new waste, but the old waste that's been held up in your body, in your intestines and attached to your intestinal walls. Do you realize that the average person carries anywhere from 5 to 25 pounds of waste in their intestines? Kai Detox Tea helps you to relieve that. And that's why so many people are seeing weight released out of their systems and out of their bodies. Our next product is our incredible, y'all, that Valet 30. Listen, the top isn't even back on yet because I might need another shot because I just like the way it tastes, right? But the Valet 30 has all of the vitamins and minerals you need from A to zinc. It includes vitamin D. If you're not getting enough vitamin D because you do not drink milk, you don't do dairy, it'll provide that vitamin D supplement. Also, if you're not getting enough vitamin D from the sun, you'll get vitamin D here. It includes vitamins B6, 9, and 12 as well. It includes glucosamine that helps with your joints. So that if you're someone who suffers from rheumatoid arthritis or any other joint issues, it helps to lubricate those joints. It also helps you with your recovery and your pressing through in your workout. So the Valet 30 is absolutely amazing. Includes superfoods like acai berry, camel. These are some things that are in there that have incredible nutritional value and power. So look those up and see some of the things that they do. If you are a woman who suffers from a lot of cramping, the camel really helps with the cramping so that your cycle is not as challenging on the cramping side. Our next product is our Vita Plus. Now, Sharita calls Vita Plus Bay. My Bay is the Valet 30. But Vita Plus, let me tell you what Vita Plus does. It also has the B6, B9, B12 in it, but it also has vitamin A and D. So you're getting some more A and D. You guys, listen to this. You're getting where most people have these vitamin and mineral deficiencies. You're getting in these products vitamins and minerals that are common deficiencies. It also has some guarana, the green tea extract, the white willow bark, along with a number of other things. Listen, probiotics included. Come on, somebody. So there are probiotic effects. It helps with your mood. It gives you energy.
Dr. V, you're freezing.
Am I freezing? I should have known when you came on the line.
I think you're okay now.
Okay. So Vita Plus has all of these amazing things in it that helps your body and improves your metabolism. One of the things I love about it is it helps with mood, right? So if you're someone who has mood issues, once a month or every day, this will help you. It helps you. It provides like my level happy, though it's not an intense thing where it's like you're really, really high and you crash. There's no crash in it. I was talking to one of my customers and business partners today, and she was saying, Dr. V, when I take these products, oh my God, I feel amazing. She said, I've started walking 3 miles a day. I said, were you walking 3 miles a day before? She said, no, I wasn't. But when I started these products, I not only lost weight, but I've got all this energy and I feel like I've got to do something. So I'll take my 3 mile walk. I'll come home, I'll cool down, and I still got energy. And I'm like, okay, well, let me clean up. Now, I'm telling you, these products help with the cleanup. If you're not someone that likes to clean up, baby, these 3 will help you clean it up, honey. I'm telling you, it'll give you a motivation and a desire that will blow your mind. So she lost 3 pounds in one day, but she's now able to also walk 3 miles. 3 pounds in one day and walk 3 miles. So I'm just telling you, these products are amazing and they are absolutely changing lives.
So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and move forward. I don't know. All right.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So I don't know if it's your connection or if it's me, because I have there's a really bad storm here where I'm at, so I'm not sure. So what we're going to
Sharita, I'm not sure if you're frozen or, I think the storm kicked her out. But you guys, listen, this Vita Plus is amazing and it's doing great things upside down and right side up to help you out. You all listen, but that's not it. That's not all. When you think about this company and this amazing compensation plan, that's the next piece. There's the ability to be able to make money and build wealth with this company. Hold on a second. Let me pull my slides up, because I want you guys to see this. And I'm going to share my screen so that you guys will be able to see what it is that we're doing here at Tava on the monetary side.
Okay, my connection is bad. There's a storm, and so it's going in and out. So
I got it. I got it, Sharita.
Can you hear me or not?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sharita?
I can. I'm just going to end the broadcast because the connection is bad and going in and out.
Well, let me say this, Sharita, because I'm able to see and hear, and I think they're able to see and hear me.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go ahead and finish. I'm pulling my slides up now so that I can finish out. Can you hear me? All right. So you guys, we are getting ready to finish up. Listen, I'm telling you, you got to know how to continue. You got to know how to keep it moving. You got to know how to make it work. And so that's what we are literally getting